Good evening, everyone. I am Jyoti Bajaj, founder of Meet Mind Inclusion Education and Technology, an organization committed to empowering children, parents, and professionals through education, awareness, and holistic support. At Meet, we have been curating a series of insightful webinars and workshops focused on inclusion, mental wellness, and parenting, creating meaningful spaces for learning, reflection, and growth. As part of this ongoing initiative, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to the Art of First Impressions, a thoughtfully designed workshop where confidence meets presence and personal expression finds its voice. Today, we are truly honored to have with us Miss Manya Agarwal, an internationally certified fashion stylist, image consultant, and handwriting coach. Manya has a rich academic foundation with a bachelor's from Lady Irwin College and a master's in fashion styling and image design from Pearl Academy. She is also a certified image consultant trained in appearance management, body language, and personal branding, and has been shaping media and advertising industry since 2019. From leading large styling campaigns to mentoring over 100 brands and aspiring stylists, her work has left a meaningful mark. And her Pearl Excellence Award stands as a testament to her innovation and leadership in styling. We are so grateful to have her here with us today to guide our students, parents, and working professionals on how first impressions can empower our personal and professional journeys. So I request you all to join me in warmly welcoming Miss Manya Agarwal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Alias.
A very warm welcome to all of you out there. Hi, I'm Manya, and I'm thankful to the Meet family for having me here. Within few seconds, we'll start a session which talks about the art of first impression. I welcome you all to my presentation where I'll be guiding you through how first impression matters and how first impression can shape your entire life. Objective for today's workshop is that I would like to help all the participants out there to understand how personal image and etiquette works. I want you to develop and have awareness of how appropriate behavior, communication, and body language is. And I want to help you build self confidence and social appearance. Now, let's see how I can help you. Well, thank you to the Meet family for giving me such an honor. I would like to give you a quick introduction of how I started my journey. Hi, I'm Manya. I am a certified fashion stylist and image consultant and now an handwriting coach. I've been working in this industry for past 9 to 10 years and I have built a foundation where I work with brands, help them with brand image, and now I help individuals with their appearance. Before starting, I'll be showcasing you few images and I want you to just think whether it's A, B, or C. Keep it in your mind and let's see how I can help you in that. Which one will you choose? A or B? Which one will you choose? If you're a woman in a lonely area trying to look for a taxi and you get these two drivers, which one are you likely to avoid? The first one or the second one? If you are a leader and your manager wants you to pull up with a client, you both have the same capacities and capabilities. Which one will be your choice? A or B? As a mother, if you're meeting your daughter's person who she wants to marry, and you have these three choices, which one will you choose? You are comfortable meeting the A, B, or C person. Did you know what you just did? You just formed an impression. It just took you 7 seconds to form a perfect impression of that person. And that is how you subconsciously or consciously or even unconsciously make impressions. So, well, welcome to the workshop, and it talks about how you can create your first impression. When we were small kid, we used to create an impression from that only time. Imagine or just recall yourself being a kid, and whenever you go to your school and you come back and you say, Mama, I don't want to go and meet that person, I don't want to go to his or her birthday party. That is what your first impression is. So it's nothing new. I'm just here to give you reminder of everything that you have forgotten, and today we'll recall everything together. So welcome, and let's start forming an impression. You know, when we form a first impression, it's just not about words. Words come lastly. So Albert Mehrabian, he gave us a communication tool, and he said, just 7% is our words. 55% is something that we don't even know, which is our body language, which is our arms, which is our face, the way we talk, the way we stand, everything. And 38% is just the voice modulation. Even a quick example, we judge a person by its personality. And once we say, okay, he's looking very nice or she's looking very nice. But the second moment he speaks, the impression goes down. The second moment he says, maybe the impression goes up. And that is what we need to work on today, forming a first impression. Impression also talks about our visual communication. Your clothes, your grooming, your body language, which includes your etiquette, and everything forms your appearance. So, hence, we will work on how you can go from here to here with your appearance. Nothing new, nothing branded. It's just simple words, simple changes that can help you. Today, we at Need are giving you a workspace etiquette class. We are going to talk about how you can uplift yourself, groom yourself in your workplace. So let's talk about grooming, how you appear. As a stylist and as an image person, I would tell you that a lot of time we lack how we dress. And that is from where our first impression starts. So let me give you few quick tips, ladies and boys, how you can actually work on your first impression. Starting with, I would recommend you developing a uniform. Now, what is a style uniform? It's very simple. Whenever you open your wardrobe, you need to study it. I would prefer that a day before you just pick out clothes and put it and have it in a place that okay, I'm going to wear something like this today. I'm going to wear something like this today, right? Everybody of us have their own personal choices, personal colors, the way we want to dress up. And from there only we start our impression. Every single day at workplace we give an impression. And coming from a worker or from an employee, ma'am, you look nice. Ma'am, this color suits you. Ma'am, your hair looks nice. Did you just try something new? Every day we create an impression, and every day we work on ourselves. Now, when I say study your wardrobe or create a style uniform, it means that as a person, you know what your likes and dislikes are. You just have to give it a uniform shape. I say that I am a person who does not like wearing trousers or coats, and hence I don't wear it. I do not like it. Don't try to be somebody who you are not. Try to be somebody who you are, and you need to find it from your own self. Pick out your wardrobe, pick out the clothes that you wear every day. Click pictures of them, keep it with you, and create new uniforms out of it. Every day you'll find that you are wearing the same clothes but in a different form. That is how you can create your impression better, right? There might be a jeans that you like it and you say every time, I am comfortable in wearing those jeans. No, let's just wear it again and again and again and again. It's perfectly fine. You don't need clothes every time, new clothes every time. So think about what I said. Are you creating your first impression with your clothes? And I know that the answer would be yes. For those who are watching it, you might go out after office, you might have an office party. Do you think that you create an impression? Those clothes can help you out. So go find your perfect outfits, your uniform, and play around with it. I also would say that you need to find your colors. Again, black might suit somebody, red might suit somebody. Don't try to be somebody who you are not. Don't try to copy anybody, just be yourself. And a lot of people might say that I like wearing this color. Will it suit me? You wear this color. Will it suit you? Your colors are in your wardrobe. You will see it. In my wardrobe, I figure out that I have a lot of pops, neons, a lot of basics. And that is what gave me a confidence that I am not a person who would like to go out and use new colors. This is what you need to do. Wear your colors that make you the happiest. Well, a quick makeup routine for all the work ladies out there. Do you have your 15 minutes? 15 minutes makeup, 15 minutes of hair. No, you just need 2 minutes to do that. Just 2 minutes. You wash your face, you go out, use a beautiful tint that actually gives compliment to your face. Just a little bit of blush and lipstick, and you're good to go. If you are an employee, I would suggest you please do not go for a lot of makeup because you don't know, but your boss is watching you. Don't do that. You have authority, but also a stability in the workplace. Do not go beyond that and do not go above that because your hair and makeup also matters. And that is what also gives you your first impression. So a quick makeup routine with a little bit of base just to enhance and attract clients. That is what you need to do. I would also say a quick 2 minute hairdo. Messy hair would not work, oily hair would not work. Just a quick bun, just a quick pins. In the market, we get a lot of different hairdos. You get a little bit of new clutches, you get a little bit of new rubber bands. Try those in your workplace. Try those teeny tiny pins in your workplace, but do not get attracted by what you see. Try everything that suits you out. Well, let's talk about nail care. Our hands are the first impressions it always talks about. Talk about your nails. No chipped nails. It should be well manicured because, yes, nails do matter. Nails matter in a lot of time. You don't even know people form an impression when you're writing. And that is what you need to do. Work on your nails. It's very important, whether it's foot, whether it's hands, work on your nails. And in fact, get yourself groomed every day, every day. Your eyebrow speaks, your upper lip speaks. I'm telling you the truth. This actually works. A well groomed person talks a lot about that. Even if you're not doing good in your amongst your employees, but if you're dressed well, if you're groomed well, you get an A in your boss's mind. He might or she might say you this. He or she is well groomed. Let's give her a chance to go and meet the client. So that is why you get an upscale in the workplace. So keep this in mind. Well, yes, it's important for you to smell good every day. A sweaty person creates a self impression and a first impression as well. What do you think? It actually works. A beautiful smell, a little bit, not too strong because you're in a workplace. You can keep a bottle in your bag handy if you want to go out somewhere else. But please, a small tint of good smell actually attracts your client and it gives a very good atmosphere at your workplace. Power posing. I would say power posing is important because your perfect body posture works, the technique of power posing work that we're going to talk later in the presentation. With this, how about you wearing wrinkled clothes every day at work? Will that create an impression for you? I will say no. We have a lot of clothes in the market that are wrinkle free now. You can go opt for that, especially if you are a gentleman. You can go and opt for wrinkle free clothes. But if you're wearing wrinkled clothes, that would be a no for you to be in your workplace today. Now, I have dressed you out. I have given you all the tips how you can actually work and get groomed. But what about you creating affirmations? You create your own affirmations, you manifest your dream, you visualize them every day until you achieve. You have a new project, you have a presentation to present. Do you give a mindful thought of what you'll be going to wear? Because before your presentation being started, the client actually gets an impression of how you are dressed. Do you think that actually helps you out? With that, I am giving you few affirmations to work on. I am enough, I am abundant. I am enough, and I attract happy and positive situations in my life. I had need all the psychologists over here give this kind of impression to each and every child of them. And this is what they help out here. So you at your workplace need to spend all the happy vibes, and that can only happen if you are dressed well and do you give a good first impression. I love myself. I carry every outfit with confidence. I dress up for myself. I love my body the most. I'm becoming the best version. I'm super stylish and I slay every day. Not to forget that each and every affirmation gives you not only the power of standing out, but also the power how you are dressed. Now, let's talk about how communication can be done through your body. And with that, we jump on to our next section where we talk about how body language works. Body language can be done in both ways, verbal and non-verbal. Verbally, every day we talk. But do you give a thought that your non-verbal body language is upmost? And that is what we need to work on. Body posture, facial expression, voice tone, appearance, eye contact. Every day we work on that. And every day that person gets a first impression of yourself. Here are few rules of a powerful body language. We should not we should avoid upturned palm. We should keep an eye contact. Keep the movement of arms and legs in control and keep your mind in control. Let's go through and see how these work in your body language. Now let's talk about a workplace. We have both male and female at our workplace. But do you think how proximity actually works at a workplace? So there are 4 different parameters that we need to work, and this is where your first impression stands out. Intimate zone, personal zone, social zone, and your public zone. Right? Now, if you are at a workplace where we have all the females, that does not mean that you will actually not think about how distance will work there. You will have to think. And in my opinion, personal, social, and public distance is the must in our workplace. If you know somebody, you should have a distance which is just one handshake away. If you do not know somebody, you should have good distance where you and that person is about 2 arms away. And if you are in a public space and you do not know anybody around there, say a meeting or a party, keep a good public distance. This actually matters and this actually works out in your appearance and in your self first impression. So think how you are making your personality look. It's not about how your distance matters, but also how the other person feels about it. So think of this fact if you are doing the perfect and the right distance practice or not. With that, we come to a new topic which talks about handshake. I think we all have got this idea that handshake हम बचपन से सुनते आ रहे हैं हमें एक परफेक्ट हैंडशेक करना चाहिए बट क्या हम वो परफेक्ट हैंडशेक करते हैं बिकॉज हैंडशेक इज समथिंग दैट गिव्स यू एंड द अदर पर्सन अ जजमेंट ऑफ हाउ यू आर डू वी डू अ डेड फिश डू वी डू अ स्वेटी हैंड what do you exactly do? So I'm going to tell you a perfect handshake and how you're going to introduce yourself to a person if you're meeting them for the first time. There are few rules that we keep in mind when we do handshake. So before we start, a handshake should be in a 45-degree angle. We should not go beyond that. We should not extend our arms. We should not go beyond our arms, but a good 45, not even a 90, but a good 45-degree angle should be an appropriate handshake. Now, once you do a handshake, you should always stand. Do not do a handshake when you're sitting. It is not the right way. Stand and smile when you do a handshake. With that, maintain an eye contact. Supposingly, I sit here and a person behind me comes and say hi, and that person is quite new to me. Will I stand or will I not? I have to stand, and that is what creates my first impression better. I stand and I say, "Hi, my name is Manya. How can I help you?" Or even I can say, "Hi, my name is Manya. I work here as a your designation." And this is how you create your first impression. If you're in a meeting, how do you do that? If you're in a party, how do you do that? If you are in a networking meet, how do you do that? This is the perfect way. Now, if you're done with a handshake, do you leave the hand with a quick jerk? No. You slightly bring your hand down and you put it back from where you started. And that is how you do it. The person can also say that, okay, you might not be comfortable doing that, but you will extend your hand and do a handshake with it quite 90 and 40-degree. Do you know there are 6 secrets of body language? We work on face. Do you work on your gestures? Do you work how your head moves? Do you work on your eye contact, posture, and do you think mirroring works? Yes, everything works. Now let's take an example of your workplace. I am sitting and somebody comes and say, I'm doing my work, and somebody comes and say this thing to me. Hi, do you have a minute? But what he does is does a tap on your shoulder. Will you think that's appropriate? No. Actually, at a workplace, you should knock a person's desk and say, "Hi, can I give a minute? Can I have a minute with you?" And your reply will be on how he or she actually gives you that particular head. I would suggest go and do a little bit of knock on the table just to grab the attention of the person, and that will help you with their first impression. You at your workplace, even in a meeting, you are working with your boss, that you are having a conversation, anything. A sad face works very bad. Even if you're not interested in whatever topic your boss is saying, but you need to give a good gesture. You need to understand that your chin, your arms, everything works. And that is what this means. Your body language works. I know something might catch your eye, and you'll say that, does it matter if I sit in a certain way? Does it matter if I put my hands on the table? Does it matter if I do not nod or do not respond to anything? You're a dead fish then. This actually works, and this actually gives you promotion as well. So think of the fact and change it if you're doing it right now. Business cards. I think you'll think that it's a very old thing. बहुत पुराना हो चुका है. Why do we need to discuss a business card? Now, if you're in a meeting, I would suggest get a business card for yourself. I know it's old, but it actually works. It works in a way that business card gives an identity to yourself. It does not matter if you're an employee or somebody. If you are planning to work in this field, XYZ, any field of yours, you need to have a business card exchange. Here I am with a quick business card sample, and this is how you need to work on your business card. Your business card has your name on it. How do you actually pull it out? You should always carry a business card folder, which is a steel folder, and keep it in yourself. It should be inside a pocket. For a lady, it should be in your purse. You gently take it out, and this is how you give a business card to the person. Your business card should have your name, and the name should be displayed to the person. So, if you don't have a business card, it's okay, but you might be receiving it. So let's see how you give and take a business card. Simply, where the name is written, you put your both thumbs together, you place it like this, and you present your business card to the person. Now, when you present it, the name should be in towards them, telling that this is your identity. And if you put it like this, the person will put it like this and not even read it. Now, this is not the purpose of a business card. Now, vice versa, the person has presented you a business card. How are you going to receive it? Now, the person is giving it to you like this. You're not supposed to receive it like this. With a gentle thumb, you receive it from your one hand and keep it directly inside your pocket or your favorable place. But if you want to read it, that's the purpose of a business card. Once the person gives you, you read it in a certain way. And business card exchange are usually very quick. So this is how a person needs to be thoughtful when they give a business card. Now let's talk about something very exciting. Your sitting posture tells a lot. A person who knows about how sitting posture works, it actually works in a certain way. But how do you know that you are giving a right posture? I know we subconsciously sit very, हम बहुत थक गए हैं, we'll sit in a certain way. हम बहुत lethargic हो गए हैं, we'll sit in a certain way. हम थक गए हैं, हमें भूख लग रही है. Everything talks about in a workplace. But remember, I'm talking about workplace, not your home. So your workplace needs to be in a certain way. You're working from 9 to 7. Those 9 to 7 are your crucial period of giving a perfect first impression. Now, this image will talk all about your posture. Now, the perfect posture is in the picture A, where the man is standing, sitting upright and balanced. We, in a meeting, we might sit like this, but for just an hour? No. Even if you're working in your work on your work desk, you need to sit in this way. This will, and a lot of time our HRs or maybe the person who just goes by sees how you sit. Now that is what you matters. Picture second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth are all the postures that we usually do. And I know each and every one of us sit in that way. Now, each picture talks about something which is very different. If you lean forward, it tells that, okay, I'm very interested and I'm very engaged. Supposingly, a person is presenting and you suddenly feel very excited and you lean forward to just check what they're doing on the table. That means that you're very interested and very engaged. Now, if a person is slouching, that we usually do, and sit in a very moody way, and we say, keeping in mind that it's a business scenario, you're sitting in a meeting. Now, the person will give a first impression, yeah, ma'am, I'm bored. Please change the topic now. It's very boring. And even if that person might give you the project, he will say no, just because you're sitting in a way that you should not. Now, let's talk about sitting like this in a very leaning back way. How do you think? This gives a very arrogant and a very disinterested person. Even if a person is talking to you and you're suddenly working and you do it like this and you say, yes, tell me, this does not give a very good impression. You just lean back and tell with a good first smile that, hi, how can I help you today? Your words matter. As I said, your verbal expression do matters. Now, I see a lot of men doing this. What? They give their legs control and they sit like this is my workspace. Especially in IT firms, they do. But do you think that actually works? I think they don't. You do not sit in this way. You're letting everybody think of the fact that you're very defensive, and that is not right. Now, let's talk about the very popular pose, which is leg crossed tightly. We sit with the legs crossed very tightly. No matter what, it works, but you sit it in that way. And this gives that you're a very close person and you do not have any mind of what is actually working in your environment. You sit like this with your arms folded. You think that, okay, you're giving the full concentration to that person, but you are not. You're actually very resistant and guarded, and that is not what you need to do in your workplace. Even when you are very frustrated and you are like, okay, I just need this thing to get over, you sit like this with the quick arms in front and you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is called fidgeting, and we do it every day. हम पेन को लेते हैं and we keep on doing it, right? We keep on doing this. जल्दी मेरा नंबर आए, जल्दी आए, presentation जल्दी से खत्म हो, जल्दी से खत्म हो, everything like that, right? पेन को ऐसे करना, then even your legs like this, tap, tap, tap. I remember I am a mother, but still, my mother used to tell me this thing, stop doing your leg like this because this is not good. Now I understand why she used to say that, because yes, this gives me a body language. This is important for my body language. And with this, it keeps happening in your habit and you actually grasp it and you do it every day, which becomes a negative personality for yourself. So stop fidgeting right away. And if your child is doing it, tell them not to do it. It's not good. Now, coming to the last one, you're sitting very anxiously, and that is something which is totally negative. So, work on how you sit, people, because this works. Your first impression is starting from here only. So, the way you sit, even if you're going for an interview, work on this because this matters. Sit upright, sit balanced because it works. So, I've given you a tip of how you look and how you sit. Now, let's talk about something which is Again, how your hand posture should be. Do you think that hands work very powerfully? Yes, you do. You do everything with your hands, like I said. You write with you eat, you text, everything you do with your hands. So here are a few quick saying of how you should keep your hand. Now, this is a stipple hand pose, which is very powerful. Do you know what is a stipple hand pose? Now, your hands point towards this, the upwards, which says that you are sending all the positive energy throughout the workplace. You're giving all the positive energy, and that is what a stipple hand pose means. It is usually used by all the people of CEOs and tells you about how authority and confidence works. Now, an open palm, like this, you sit like this with an open palm. Again, this is a very powerful pose that talks about honesty and openness. Take these two as an example and a takeaway from today's workshop that you are going to put your hands like this, even for your child. It works very beautifully and it gives you a strength. A lot of times things will work out in your favor, but with these two hand postures, it will tell you and give you a certain amount of confidence. Now, even if you put your hands, relaxed hands on table, it will tell you that, okay, you might feel anxious, but you are in your controlled hands. When you work and give gestures like this, if I am here and I'm demonstrating just speaking in front of you, you'll say, okay, this is very boring. But the moment I put my hands into play, I attract you. And that is what how handful postures are, how handful your hand poses are. Even if a person you're speaking and the person is actually keeping an eye contact and putting his hands on the table. It will tell you that, ma'am, I am interested in what you're speaking. You're very confident. This works out. Even when you put your little finger in play, it works for you well. And when you put your hand and point, tell people that, okay, this is not something that you need to do. It tells you that you are not that person who needs to be there. So your powerful power play is, your formula is that play your hands, work with your hands. They give a lot of a good impression. Now, what did I just do? I just told you that your hands and legs play an important role, and that is what body language. I think I just got my WhatsApp message, and that is what took me a little long. Let's come back and then let's understand how we message. I think, yes, your time is valuable, but understand that the other person's time is also valuable, and that is what we need to understand. Call or message in a particular zone. If your workplace is from 9 to 7, do not message before like 10, 11, 12, 1. No. And if you're getting a message like this, ignore it. You do not need to reply back. Reply back in the morning, because this can become a habit for a lot of people. What you need do is that keep on messaging with follow-ups. Hi, question mark, question mark. Have you seen question mark, question mark? A lot of question marks will give you a question mark next day in your office. So no question marks. Leave it, let the person answer. And you're meeting them in the office next day. Why not to have a conversation there and then? Let your boss take control of this. But respect time, because that is important for that person. Also, do you think that you create a good professional tone? Because I don't think so. Once you get familiar with a person at your workplace, you think they are your friends and you talk in a certain way. But what if they have their own barriers? Because understand, personality of every person is different. Even if they're talking to you in a very friendly way, it does not mean that that person will have a good professional bonding with you. So, at every point of time, please create a barrier between you, your boss, your employees, and keep it professional when it comes to work. You go for a party, you go for a lunch, it's okay. But create that barrier of how you message that person. Thank you for your response. I understand and will follow up accordingly. A perfect message gives you your first impression. And how do you close your message? You give your courtesy every time. Thank you and your name. So next time you message, keep in mind, if you're messaging the person for the first time, introduce yourself politely and ask them if they're available for a quick call. If they say that they might connect you back after a few hours, do not give a follow up. You said you will call, hello, can we connect? No, let that person call. You do it the next day. Hi, ma'am, I connected to you. Can we have a quick chat? And this is how you message. Remember, authority of the person. It's a boss, it's a vice president, who or what he is. Your HODs, anybody. That actually matters, and this will work in a lot of favorable time. Now, this is how you need to work. If you're giving a general message, tell the person, hello, your name. Hoping you are well. I'm reaching out regarding whatever your reason is. Let me know your availability. Thank you and your time. If you're doing it with your client or you just have an inquiry, take a screenshot if you want to. Hello, your name. Thank you. This is whatever you're following with about, and please feel free to let me know if there's any further details. Warm regards. You get a call and you want to do a follow-up message also, please give a professional message. This will work in your favor only, and you will give a prompt to that person's WhatsApp message box. Now, if you are an office or a manager, hello, your name. I wanted to inform you that you might not come to office today. I wanted to inform you that I will not be attending office today. Please let me know if there's anything further I can do. Thank you, and the name with your designation. It does not matter if you are an employee who's working, but these kind of messages create a heartful note in your boss's heart, and that is important. And you're leaving a first impression every day. Now, if you just want to give a polite reminder, maybe to an employee of yours, hello, your name. Just a gentle reminder regarding a discussion on the topic, how you are making your first impression. Looking forward to your response whenever convenient. Thank you and your name. Now, you might think that why do we need to give thank you every time? Because it's a gentle reminder of how sweet you are to your person, and that is what matters to you. Now, common mistakes that we do. Late night messages, a big no. Overusing of emojis. Heart, 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 heart. Smile, 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 smile. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. WhatsApp has a new update wherein you can actually tell the person what you're feeling. Please use that. Do not give a lot of thumbs up to that person. Writing in all caps. It actually works now. Caps again is something that I wrote it with my word and my intention, because I need to tell you caps is nothing. It's capital, and we need to write it like that. So writing in all capital, please do not write caps, hi with I and a big I. No. HI, that is what it works. And a lot of time people do not know this thing, but they keep on sending multiple messages. You keep on forwarding messages, taking screenshot, putting in a group. Okay, you might have a personal group, but you do not need to do that. Please keep in mind that your workplace, a lot of haphazard can happen in your workplace. You might leave, you might get fired from your job just because of this simple mistake. So do not do that. These are very common mistakes, and I'm here to give you a reminder, and I'm giving you one. Please do not do that. It will actually hinder your workplace and your position. You might lose your job, or you might have like a quarrel with XYZ and of your employee. So this will give a lot of pamperings to you, because you are going to get fired the next day. Now let's talk about something quick. Now we are jumping through a topic which we know. We eat at our workplace, right? Now let's talk about how we're going to do it. I'm going to demonstrate everything together, and I'm going to just play a quick quiz. My screen is going to get stopped. This presentation in a few minutes is going to get stopped, and I'm going to give you a live demonstration of how things will work. Now, if you are in a meal, if you are doing during a meal, where do you place your purse, girls? A very common question that gets a lot of answers. I'm going to answer that. Where do you place your briefcase or your purse? Elbows. How do we place our elbows? Do you place your elbows on the table while eating? Where do you place it? Let's figure it out. What are the topics that you talk? And remember, we're talking about workplace etiquette, nothing too personal, but how you should take yourself and present when you're having a good lunch with your colleagues. What are the recommended topics that you will take forward? When do I put a napkin on my lap? Do you put that or do you not? Let's figure it out. When you want to excuse yourself from a table, do you just put the napkin and you just go away without telling anybody? No. How do we do that? Let's figure it out. And do you know that there is a particular way how you pass table for food from the table? Yes, there is. And I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it. Firstly, let's understand what are the table manners that works. Do you follow the host? Now, host is somebody who actually comes on the table first. All right. So you have an employee section, and now which employees come first and sit? That is how you follow the host. Wait until everyone is served. Do not start eating as soon as you employees come. Wait for everybody to join. Ask if everybody is joining. If somebody says, I'll be coming in 10 minutes, please, bhook lag rahi hai, it's okay. But can you hold for 10 minutes? Figure that out. And if you cannot, please do not eat on the table. Go out, eat a little and come back. How do you eat your pace your eating? Is it important? Yes. खाना सबसे पहले खत्म हो गया, भूख लग रही है, it's okay. But pace it according to everybody around your table. Be polite and courteous to the wait staff. Now, wait staff here is the person, the chotu bhaiya in your office. Maybe that person needs a little bit of politeness because they are working hard to keep you warm in this winter season. So, do you think that you're taking care of them? Now, start till all are served. Yes. Let everybody pass their food together and start eating together. You are in a community, you're building a community together, you are working in a place. So, do you think that you should start together and end together? Yes. Talking with your mouth full. Nom. Tu kaisa hai bhai? No. Talk with your mouth closed because this works. Spitting and everything works in a very different way. Duck head down. You eat with your head like this and you do not put a good eye contact. Yes, this works. As I said, eye contact matters. You take a spoon, you pull your head up and you eat. Do not eat like this. But bhook lag rahi hai. Bhook lag rahi hai, but you have to think you're not at your home, you are at your workplace. Play point gesture with cutlery. Do not use your cutlery and point towards people. Will you have it? Will you have it? No. This is your spoon. You need to have it with your own spoon. Do not point it at anybody else. Mix and mush of food. Chawal and rajma. Let's eat with hand. Eat with hand at your home, not at your workplace. So do not do that. Use spoon, use cutlery, know the perfect way to use it. You'll create a good self impression and your first impression. And remember, if you eat in a particular way, you yourself feel good. I have achieved something good today. Scratch, bow, nose, or slut. Hana khate khate, let's do this, let's put your finger in your mouth. No, nothing like that. Maybe you are feeling I am doing nothing bad, but सामने वाला इंसान को लगता है that you're doing something wrong. So don't do that. Make sounds while chewing. Yum. I know we do not do it. हमें नहीं पता लगता, but somewhere or the other, the person which is who is sitting in front of you might feel that you are not doing it in a particular way. Season your food before tasting it. If you want to put salt, pepper, anything, put it before the other person sit or just ask them politely. Eat greedily or lick fingers. You get food at home also. Please do not eat like the way you've never eaten food because that actually everybody around you sees it. So do not do that. Take a little portion from everybody's lunch because obviously that is the courteous way you do it. But do not do that. And khana acha lag raha hai, very good. Do not lick your fingers. Eat from others' plates. Request if you want to eat from others' place, but do not do that. If they allow you, you do that. And most of the time, what people do is they tell them, okay, I'll serve you. Because a lot of time people do not like it. I don't like it. I do not like my sisters putting hands in my plates. I do not like it. I do not like XYZ anybody. So I usually offer them that, okay, I'll do that. I take a handful of spoon and I give it to them. So please do not do that. So let's quickly start with how you sit, how you keep your bag, how you keep your hands, everything. And let's skip to the last leg of this session where we talk about how your first impression matters with food. So let's take a quick demonstration of how we do everything together. Give me 2 seconds. Please do not go anywhere. I'm going to demonstrate everything to you within a second. Here I'm going to set up the entire plate. And now I'm going to give you quick rules of how it works. We have put up napkin, right? A tablecloth. Do you have it in your workplace? If you don't, ask for it because it gives a good impression of you putting your lunch boxes here and there. Now, once we do it, I hope you have plates. Put the plate in the center because this is how we do it. You put the plates in the center. If you have a serving plate or a side plate, you put it in the left side. Why in the left side? I'm going to tell you within 2 seconds. Once we do that, you take the bowl, you put it again, which is from the left side. You put it to your left side. When we put it to the left side, now we have a glass of water, which goes on our right side. Now we have a cutlery, which goes on our side. Now let me tell you a quick rule. There is a rule called as BMW, which is your bread, your main course, and your water. When we say B, it starts from the left side. So your bread is supposed to be on the left side. Now, when we talk about meal, your entire meal is supposed to be on this plate. Every watery item needs to be on the right place. Now, this is how we set up our entire meal. Now, let's talk about when you sit. Now, when you sit, you take your napkin. You open your napkin. Please do not do this. झाड़ा हुआ है या भैया लेकर आएंगे? It's already clean. Now, what you do is you just gently keep it on your lap. Not even to your child. This is wrong. You do not do that. You keep gently in your laps. Right? You've done it. It should cover the entire your lower part, your bottom. Once you do it, please do not put your hands like this on the cutlery. Right? You do not do that. What you do is you take your hand and you put it here. The best way is you do not keep your hand anywhere and on your laps like this. Why? Because in your workspace, when you're eating, nothing is supposed to be on your hands and your hands should get off. Let everybody sit around, then you start having your meal. Now let's understand how you are supposed to serve the meal. Whether it should from right to left or left to right. We are never going to give any person like this. Le le bhai, kha le. Nahin. Le le bhai, ye wala le le. Nothing. We are going to serve it in a particular way. Now you know that the etiquette is right that we have to go from right to left. But how do you tell the other person? This is something that you need to work on your mind. Keep this thing that once you start, supposedly I'm going to serve this bowl, it has the cashews in it, right? I'm going to serve it to everybody. You know that we have to go from right to left. Give that person. The person sitting in the front of me has asked, Mana, can you give me the cashews? I will not pass it this way. No, I will tell everybody to have a bite. Right? Now, I say, will you have it? Please pass it to him. Let him also get a few cashews. Okay. Now that person says, I don't want to have it. Now the person will give that to him. अब वो बोलता है that okay, I don't want to have it. उसने वहीं रख दिया. Right? Now you ask back. Again, this scenario will cover. So it's a full circle. Do not do that. The same thing happens when you have salt and pepper. We say salt and pepper. Somebody asks you for salt. You're not going to give salt alone. You're going to give salt and pepper together because these are seasoning that are supposed to be given together. Again, it goes from right to left. So every passing at the table goes from right to left. Now let's talk about you having your meal. You have your meal, dabba sab ho chuka sabko. Everybody is happy with their food. Even if it's a party at your place, now how are you going to have it? Remember that your spoon and your knife is supposed to be on your right side. Your fork is the only cutlery that goes on your left side, and your spoon and knife are supposed to be on your right side. Now, this gets a little different when you are a left-handed person. So you're going to do it on your own. Now, how do we eat? Now, I'm not going to demonstrate every bit of eating, but in general, how do we eat? How do we hold a fork and a spoon? This is how we hold it. We put the spoon, the fork in the spoon, the top way, the upwards, and we hold it like this. Just no use of other fingers, just the thumb finger and your index finger, and we hold it like this. With a gentle tap, we hold it like this. With a gentle tap, we hold it like this, and this is how we eat. Now, if you want to pull something, you pull it back and you do it like this. Right? So this is how we do it. Even with your fork, if you want to cut something, please just put it like this. Cut, pull, and eat. This is how we do it. The simple and the easiest way to do. Now, let's come to the next thing. How do we hold a glass and drink? For ladies who have lipsticks on, you might be thinking lipstick ka nishan lag jayega. But you know that you can actually do something which is known as a technique. I need a tissue box. Right? Now, how do we hold it? Simply like this. Right now, I drink and my lipstick gets stained out. What do? You simply put it like this. You fold it. You cover it. You cover it like this. Right? And from whatever way you want to drink it. The lipstick stain will come here. So the tissues are the best friend when you're at your dining experience. Tissues will give a lot and a good first impression to everybody. So whenever you do it, pull it like this. It's okay if people think that you're having a drink, it's okay. But it will actually help you with your marking of your first impression. You just drank your water. What to do with this? You just let it be on your side. Nothing works. Just let it be on your side and it will. Now you eaten everything. अब बीच में हाथ धोना है या फिर मुंह साफ करना है. How do we do that? ऐसे करके ऐसे नहीं करना है. What we do is we take our two fingers together and we wrap it around like this, and we dab. We dab it like this. That's it. You fold together and you keep it back. That's it. Even with your hands, if your hands are dirty, just take the side, you just rub it and you keep it back. Do not do the entire napkin. Ganda kar diya ma'am, bahut zyada ganda ho gaya. It's okay. Now, if you want to excuse yourself from a table, how do you do that? A lot of people take this and they keep it like this. They just keep it on the table. Now, how do we do that? We just gently take the napkin because it's on your lap. Now, what you do is two ways. Either when you stand, you take the napkin and put it on the back of of your chair, or either just to reserve the seat, you put it on your chair and go. Once you come back, you pull it back, sit, and you start eating your food back. Now, in the quiz, I asked you this question. Do you know how to put your purse? Ladies, there is a certain way how you put your purse. Now, if I say that this is a purse that you carry, once you stand and you sit, where will you keep the purse? You're not supposed to keep the purse on the table. You're not supposed. Now, if you go for a client meeting and you suddenly meet a client, you do a nice handshake and everything, and now you're supposed to sit. Do not keep your bag on the table. Instead, you are free to ask for a free chair. Right? You can ask the staff person to give you a chair and they will give you for your handbag or any kind of luggage. Now, if a table of three and you are two people, just put it on the table. Otherwise, don't think of your bag getting spoiled. Keep it on your floor. Again, a good thing. In our ladies' bag, we have these which is meant to protect from the dust. So it will give an elevation and it will not get spoiled. Now this is something for small and big bag. Now if you have a nice small sling bag, your bag is your perfect way to protect it. Nobody's going to steal it from you. You're just going to put it on your back. Please do not hang it on the chair because when a person passes by, it will linger on and it will fall down again, which is not supposed to happen. So you're free to ask for a chair, ask, and if not, keep it on the floor. Even for gentlemen who are carrying briefcases or bag or anything, keep it on the table. Now let's talk about how you use your phone at the table. Now if I have this phone, in a formal meeting, you're not supposed to keep a phone on the table. You're supposed to keep the phone upside down. आपका wallpaper कितना सुंदर है, nobody wants to see it. So please keep it with your phone upside down because that matters. Now once you're done with it, on a silent mode, have a nice evening with your client, with your colleagues, and you're done with it. Now once your food is done, and maybe in between when your food is not done, you get something stuck in your teeth. What we usually do is scrape it. I'm sorry for looking too bad or ugly, but this is something that we do. We scrape it like this. We're not supposed to do that. Again, your best friend from the table, your napkin, take it. Put it like this, right? And scrape it. And once you're done, the used toothpick needs to go in this only, and you just put it back. You just put the napkin back. That's it. Use the new napkin. You're not supposed to do it in front of everybody because it looks very bad. And again, it gives a very bad first impression. So every time you do it, take a toothpick. It's okay to take a toothpick. Put it like this. Do it. Leave the toothpick there only. Nobody. Now, once you're done with your meal and everything, now your client says, let's have a good cup of tea. Now, how are we going to drink tea with that person? Or with your boss, he or he is saying that let's have a cup of tea and discuss the good topics of how we're going to present a presentation to our next client. The tea is being served. Now, what we do? We hold the cup like this. But everybody who does not know, please just again use your thumb and your index finger. Put it inside. We don't have to do it like this for a better grip. We never do that. We just put our first index finger around here and we put it like this and we hold the cup. And we hold the cup and we drink. Now, once you're drinking, it does not mean you keep on drinking, and you hold the cup like this. You're supposed to keep the cup on the plate and the saucer back. Again, you hold it. Now, this will actually create a good conversation between the XYZ person in front of you and you. You'll have a better conversation and you'll understand how you are going to work in your scenario. Again, your first impression will make a good and an outstanding one. So next time, once you do it, now a typical mistake every Indian do. We take this nice spoon, small spoon, and we stir it in a circular motion. You put the sugar and you stir it in a circular motion like this. Right? It is supposed to be back and forth. It is supposed to be like this. It is supposed to be like this. And once you're done with it, don't do like this. You just keep it in the side of the table. Again, you hold it and you sip it. Now, what is needed to be done with that sachet that we get for the sugar? You tear it on the side, not on the cup of tea. You pour it in the side, maybe beside you pour it because the sugar can drop off. So you just pour it like this. You come back, you do a little bit of sprinkle, whatever amount of sugar you need, you keep it back. Now here also you can ask, if you're in a fine dining area or in a cafe, you can ask for another plate, which is a saucer plate, again a small plate. You can keep both your spoon and that used sachet in that. Now again, if we have a tea bag, now how are we going to use it? The tea bag is something that every person needs to know. We pull the tea bag and the thread of the tea bag needs to go wrapped around on that handle and you pull it. Now this will actually help you not to put that tea bag out. Now, this is all you need to know for your fine dining experience with a client at your workplace, or even if you're working with your client in your workplace. Employees to employee to your boss. Every day you create your first impression. Whether I say it's your appearance, it's your grooming, it's your body language, it's the way you talk, way you express, way you message, everything works. And we've been doing it since we are in our childhood. So from childhood to you becoming an employee, every day you're creating your first impression. So, boys and girls, whoever is watching this, to all my viewers, you are working good. You just need a reminder, and I did my part giving you a quick reminder with me. I here sign off, and to all of you who needs to know this, you are making that small changes, and those small changes will make big differences. So let's understand how we are going to make these differences. Every day, work on yourself, because when you work on yourself, you create a beautiful and a very good individual, and that will give you good promotion. So here,
good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our today's workshop, First Impression at Meet. I am really grateful to our speaker, Miss Manya Agarwal, for sharing and grooming us with all the practical insights on grooming, styling, workplace etiquettes, and handwriting coach. Your guidance was very simple, clear, and helpful for us to understand the etiquettes we need to maintain in our workplace. So thank you so
You're
much, ma'am.
welcome.
Thank you to Meet team for organizing this webinar workshop for so much information. It was very informative. Now I request Dr. Jyoti Bajaj to present a memento to our speaker, Miss Manya Agarwal.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for having me here. I'm truly delighted.
So
Thank you
much.
so
It was a
much.
wonderful experience.
Thank you.
And